Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Pittsburgh Pirates vs Milwaukee Brewers, Atlanta Braves vs St. Louis Cardinals, and Chicago Cubs vs Colorado Rockies, which are happening on Tuesday, August 3, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. I think this is an excellent opportunity for bettors to not overthink things and just play the favorite on Tuesday night. Pittsburgh is going to fade even more now that Frazier is out of the lineup. There is simply too much pressure on Reynolds as the only real producer at the plate. Milwaukee has won in Hauser's last 9 starts, including his last 6 within the division. The Pirates had their 2-game winning streak snapped by Philadelphia in their last game. They will try to bounce back from the loss with a win over the Brewers, which will give them their 3rd win in their last 4 games. Pittsburgh is averaging 3.66 runs per game. Their .237 batting average is 17th in the league. Their .308 on-base percentage is 22nd, while their .366 slugging percentage is 30th. Bryan Reynolds has been the most consistent bat for Pittsburgh. He leads the team with a .307 batting average, 18 home runs, and 58 RBI. Pittsburgh's pitching is one of the worst in the league. Opponents have a .254 batting average against the Pirates, which is 23rd in the league. Their 5.03 ERA is 28th, while their 1.40 WHIP is 27th. In his last start, Kranick gave up 10 hits and 6 runs in 5 innings, leading to a 7-3 loss to Milwaukee. They will need a significantly better effort from him if they want to win this game. Milwaukee was dominant in its series against Pittsburgh last week. The Brewers outscored Pittsburgh 28-3 in the 3-game series, wrapping things up with a 12-0 shutout. They built on that sweep with a series win at Atlanta over the weekend, keeping firm control in the division standings. Milwaukee has only dropped 1 series since the All-Star break, so the division is theirs to lose. Cincinnati is currently in 2nd place, sitting 7 games back. The Brewers have relied upon their top-notch pitching, as their offense is number 27 with a team batting average of .227. My betting advice for that game is to pick Milwaukee minus 1.5. This is a toss-up as far as the pitching matchup is concerned, but I do not trust one of these offenses. St. Louis has a tendency to go ice cold at the plate, and it does not have the power to manufacture runs in bunches. Fried has been a solid starter over the last few seasons and should be able to limit the damage in this game. The Atlanta Braves have been a solid offensive team this season as they are currently 8th in the majors with a .749 team ops. A big reason for their offensive success has been their ability to hit the long ball as they are 4th in the big leagues with 148 team home runs this season. Now with a revamped outfield essentially acquired at the trade deadline after Marcell Ozuna was suspended and Ronald Acuna Jr. tore his ACL, the Braves are trying to get going. In their last 14 games, they are averaging 4.5 runs and keeping their pitchers out of too much trouble with ample run support. 3rd baseman Austin Riley has been leading the offense this season as he is posting an .895 ops with 22 home runs and 63 RBI. If the Braves can continue to hit, they will remain a threat in a competitive NL East. St. Louis is off to a decent start to the second half of the season, but the path to the playoffs is narrow. The Cardinals took 2 out of 3 at home against Minnesota over the weekend, capping off the series with a 7-3 win on Sunday. They have only lost 1 series since the All-Star break, but they are 9.5 games back of NL Central leading Milwaukee. St. Louis will be eyeing the 2nd NL wild card spot at this point, but it is still 6.5 games back of that position. The Cardinals rank number 20 offensively with a team batting average of .234. First baseman Paul Goldschmidt leads the team with 107 hits and a .269 average. Third baseman Tommy Edman has 106 hits, while Nolan Arenado has added 103. Left fielder Daniel Carlson has 98 hits. They are facing an Atlanta pitching staff that is number 13 with a team ERA of 4.08. Veteran Jon Lester will make his first start after being traded from Chicago. He was officially added to the 26-man roster on Sunday. Lester has not pitched since July 24 and enters his debut with a 5.02 ERA this season. He has only allowed 3 earned runs in 2 starts since the All-Star break. My betting advice for that game is to pick Atlanta Braves. Despite having the 8th worst record in MLB this season, the Rockies have been the 6th best home team in baseball this year. The Chicago Cubs are a pathetic 10-29 as a road underdog this season and significantly subjected talent from their roster at the trade deadline. What an eventful, yet bittersweet, week for Chicago last week during the annual MLB trade deadline. As they struggled over the past few weeks to overcome a losing record, it appeared like it just was not meant to be for the Cubs, turning them into major sellers when the trade deadline approached last Friday. Unable to sign stars Kris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, or Javier Baez to long-term deals, the front office decided the best option was to trade them off for prospects. By the time Friday night rolled around, none of their big 3 remained on the roster. The 28-year-old Davies is one of the steadiest players for the Cubs this season as he remains on the roster after the trade deadline, when he was a name rumored to be acquired by several teams. On the season, he's gone 6-7 with a 4.39 ERA and a 1.51 WHIP over 22 starts and 108.2 innings pitched. Davies started the season with a poor April, but improved in May and June, before struggling again in July, where he went 1-2 and had a 4.62 ERA over 5 starts. He does have difficulty with his command at night, where he's sporting a 5.32 ERA over 14 starts this season. The Colorado Rockies are 46-60 on the season, 4th in the National League West. Despite being out of playoff contention and almost guaranteed to lose start shortstop Trevor Story to free agency in the offseason, Colorado still decided not to make any significant deadline moves. Home field advantage has meant a lot to the Rockies this season. The team has a 33-20 record at Coors Field, compared to a pathetic 13-40 mark in road games. Left-handed pitcher Kyle Freeland is scheduled to start for the Rockies on Tuesday. In 12 starts this year, Freeland is 1-6 with a 4.52 ERA. The 28-year-old Davies is one of the steadiest players for the Cubs this season as he remains on the roster after the trade deadline, when he was a name rumored to be acquired by several teams. On the season, he's gone 6-7 with a 4.39 ERA and a 1.51 WHIP over 22 starts and 108.2 innings pitched. Davies started the season with a poor April, but improved in May and June, before struggling again in July, where he went 1-2 and had a 4.62 ERA over 5 starts. He does have difficulty with his command at night, where he's sporting a 5.32 ERA over 14 starts this season. My betting advice for that game is to pick Chicago Cubs. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.